Whoa. Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, Noodle here, and today we are back with Belladonna. The second part, probably the last part. I don't really see us collecting all that much more stuff. Let's go. I'm really liking this game, for what it is. Bottle of milk.
There's a bottle of milk out here. I wonder how long it's been here. At any rate, it's frozen completely solid. No wonder in this cold.
Okay. Oh, journal page.
One more Belladonna letter. Let's read about this Clara figure.
I got my drink ready.
Clara Stabler was one of the several chambermaids we hired when we moved into the castle shortly after the marriage.
Oh God.
In the warm light of recent events, I feel as though I could pick her out of a crowd already at this time. But I suspect that the truth is that she is just another servant, one of many, and I didn't pay her close attention I know she deserves. The time following the death of Lucas is hazy and unclear in my memory. I know I spent most of my time in an armchair in the living room, staring out the window. I know now that this must have been a difficult time for my staff as well. My apathy left them without purpose, as more and more of the household was shut down. Soon the cooks and stable grooms began abandoning what they wisely identified as a sinking ship. More and more of the staff left the castle to seek employment elsewhere. There was less and less reason for the rest to stay, and the household was quickly decimated. But throughout all this, young Clara never left my side, as she gradually shouldered more and more of the household responsibilities, making it her task to take care of me and nurse me through melancholy. It was her loyalty and industriousness. When everyone else left, they finally brought me back from my condition. And indeed, her love. As now I sit to write this, it's been long unbroken chain of happy days. Clara and I have the whole castle practically to ourselves and nothing to do but enjoy our lives and each other. We slept in a new room every night, cook our own food, and have picnics under tables or in front of the fireplace. Well, we have no incentive whatsoever to uphold convention and norms when this house has become like a secure pocket inside the rest of reality. In truth, this touches on what I treasure most in Clara. Neither of us reap any concrete benefits from our union, neither financial nor social. There's no embodied purpose of producing heirs. Our relationship exists solely for itself and to its own reward. I'm already adopting her adorable habit of naming inanimate objects.
Oh my God, that's me. I knew it. I knew it.
The castle is not quite ours, however. Wolfram still lurks like a ghost downstairs and occasionally emerges and spends a night up here with me. We have little in common anymore. In fact, he's like a completely new person. His mind is vacant, his stare distant. He's thinner than ever before and shivers with cold. Clara jokingly suggested that we might have him declared mad and sent him off to an institution. An innocent idea in her mind, but with some planning, this act might eventually prove to be our surest path to finally reclaiming this old castle for us alone.
Oh man. Is there anything else? Small grave. And a big grave.
It says Snowflake the pet cat. How cute.
Oh.
This stone is so old and the name is worn off.
What the?
The tombstone says Clara Stieber. This must be the grave of the wonderful maid I've heard so much about.
You mean you?
I can't help but notice that it's been emptied. A note.
Great God! Why did I not then expire? Why am I here to relate the destruction of the best hope and the purest creature on earth? It was mere days ago, at the peak of our bliss, when Kara fell ill. She complained of headaches and tiredness, so I made a bed for her and laid her down to rest. For the next few days I cared for my companion yet as she cared for me, and nursed her with all my love and compassion.
Oh, Jesus.
We believed it was just a passing sickness and that would be over shortly. Each morning we thought she was getting better, and each evening we realized she had actually gotten worse. And today, when I entered her bedroom, she was there, lifeless and inanimate, thrown across the bed, her head hanging down, and her pale and distorted features half covered by her hair. In horror, I beheld the body of Clara, my love, so lately living, so dear, so worthy. I rushed towards her and embraced her with the door, but the death linger and coldness of the limbs told me that's what I now held in my arms had ceased to be the Clara whom I had loved and cherished. Alas! What foul curse lies in my gentle touch? I have lost my only child to the darkness, my husband to devouring madness, and now my lover has departed this world as well. Is my love truly as poisonous as my ominous name?
Jesus Christ, I got like, oh my god. To the greenhouse. Oh shit, there was like stuff over there. I'll look at it when I go back. Boxes.
Yes, those are indeed boxes.
Okay. Oh god, a journal page. Plant.
A plant, a natural object, standing in a pot, a man-made object. The plant can consume nutrition and grow bigger, and the pot can't. Neither of them can think. So what about me then? I can think, I know that. But am I natural or man-made?
Oh. Interesting questions, and if you can pose those kinds of questions, then you are most certainly alive. Maybe not natural, but alive.
More letters. Can someone tell me what happened to poor Clara?
You are Clara, darling.
Some time has passed since the demise of Clara. As I calm down and regain control over my emotions, it occurs to me that there are some mysterious circumstances concerning her death. The sickness that came over her was swift and sudden indeed. Admittingly, my own medical knowledge is limited, but it still seems to me that such an instant and terminal change in the bodily humors should not occur naturally. Could it be that she somehow digested something that made her sick? But what? And from the line of thought, it is not far leave to ponder if she was murdered. It was long ago that I lost track of the details of my husband's deranged research, but I do know he handles lethal substances and obscure chemicals. How easily would it have been for him to slip something into Kara's food? So then why would he do such a thing? Did he know about our affair? We were very careful, but perchance he guessed it despite our efforts. He would go so far as to murder based solely on a guess, would he? The distressing truth is I no longer have any way of telling what Wolfram is capable of. It is of vital importance that these notes never reach the eyes of my own. These are grave accusations I'm scribbling down, and in ways of proof I do not even have anywhere to start looking. And yet, the possibility is there, gloating in its simplicity.
Okay. A lantern.
This lantern might prove to be the very first thing that actually manages to shed some light on my situation.
LOL.
I'll keep it.
Puns. Is that a snake? Atropa belladonna.
Belladonna. This little plant has caused a lot of trouble. For a flower, it's not particularly beautiful, but for a murder weapon, it sure is.
Alright. Oh, look, another journal page.
Look, a journal page was hiding behind the plant.
Did Wolfram murder poor Clara or did he not? My situation had reached a point where it hardly makes a difference. I still cannot prove anything, but my conviction of his sin is only growing stronger. I cannot look at his face without seeing a murderer, nor listen to his voice without hearing the words of an evil man. As the crowd knows it, he sees the judgment in my eyes and he shrinks away from it like the rodent he is. Guilty or not, he cannot act more like a culprit if he can confess his crimes in the town square.
Why do I keep doing Lily's voice? Why? Oh gosh, why?
If she was hiding in his laboratory before, he now practically lives there. We both realize that he lacks the courage to meet my gaze, and after he simply stopped coming back upstairs. The villain, the fiend! He can rot away in his dungeon, forgotten by the world, his remaining days spent in darkness and solitude. I will not forgive him. How could I, when he has provided me with nothing but misery since the day we met? The Levick area is careful on mine now, and if my husband is incapable of even confronting me, he shall have no benefit from them. Curse my miserable existence.
Okay. So, obviously we used the belladonna. Oh, big tree. Look at that.
It's a large tree. Looks very peaceful.
Hmm.
Couldn't I have been reincarnated into one of those instead of being forced back into this mess?
Huh. You believe in reincarnation, do you? As do I, kinda. Mausoleum.
What a marvelous mausoleum. The plaque says, "This must be the resting place of the lady from the portrait in the study."
Angel
Two
statue.
statues of angels. It seems a bit paradoxical to create statues depicting something that's supposed to be immaterial. Let's call them Justifer and Phi.
I like Justivar. Alright, we have the frozen milk, so obviously we have to melt the milk. Okay, so to the dinner room, and we will go ahead and...
I'll let it stand by the fire for a while.
Okay,
It's thawed. The milk is now in liquid form.
wonderful. So put the milk in the
The
bowl.
milk pours easily.
Wonderful. And we're going to mortar and pestle the
Let's
belladonna.
grind this plant into powder.
And let's go ahead and
Is
put that...
this how Clara died?
Exit. Great! Now we're gonna get rid of that cat. See that cat. Give it to the cat.
Yes, this should put an end to the grim reign of this beast.
That was fast. Mysterious item.
Look, it's a key. And it has a funny tassel attached to it. No wonder the cat wanted to play with it.
Indeed.
The animal must have managed to steal a key somehow.
Ladder.
Thaw the milk, grind the leaves, poison the cat. That was a lot of work to inspect this rather uninteresting ladder.
Okay. Journal page.
This is strange. This is Belladonna's signature, but the handwriting is just wrong.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I write to exercise my brain. I found that my thoughts become more firm and solid if I force myself to put them down on paper. It doesn't matter what I write. As long as I can learn to think again and to remember, I must try and remember. Oh, this is Belladonna.
I have no idea how long I have been this way. A walking corpse, a mimicry of human life. And unmesh. This is all the doings of my desperate husband. He cannot be happier, the villain. He got what he wanted, an obedient wife, a beautiful Galetta that exists solely for his pleasure, if he only knew. These notes are the center of my universe, and I keep them well hidden. He doesn't know. He has no idea. The thought has not occurred to him that I might be a thinking being, and I intend to keep it that way. I'm slowly and secretly meticulously pulling my consciousness out of a black void. At first I truly was a mechanical toy, responsive but never proactive. But gradually I began to regain capacity for thought, and I quickly realized that I need to keep it a secret. These thoughts were now the only thing in the world that truly belonged to me. Beginning of the kingdom was horrible, in many ways even worse than the state of bliss ignorance from which I had just emerged. I only managed to scribble down single disconnected words at a time, more emotions than thoughts, impulses perhaps. My hands and fingers were stiff and clumsy. I remember cutting myself on the sharp pen once and not being able to prevent the blood flow.
Oh, that must have been the note with the blood on it.
I thought that would be the end of me. Surely Wolfram would notice the blood on my hands and get suspicious, but no! The self-absorbed fool merely stitched me up and let me go. Sometimes I play with the idea of what would have to do to prove to him that I'm a person, but I won't. The monster has other plans.
Holy shitballs. She's gone crazy, go nuts. Let's go.
The door is locked.
Oh. I wonder if it has anything to do with this tassel key. Anything here to look at? Or just that letter? Just the letter, I guess.
As my consciousness grew stronger, so does the hatred for my husband. Each morning he brings me down to him at the laboratory and places me in a corner. There I will stand for the rest of the day, still as a statue, silent as death. Occasionally he will throw me a glance or a smile. I find my body smiling warmly back, almost like a reflex, and this indoctrination disgusts me. I am a living decoration, a breathing statue of flesh, his wind-up toy bride. But little does he suspect my eyes are darting across the room, secretly and attentively following his smallest movement. I carefully memorize every step he takes, every note he writes down, every tiny detail of his ghoulish discovery. If only he knew how fast I am learning, and what a willing student I am. As of late, he even picked up the habit of explaining his scientific work aloud. It helps him think, I suppose. And I nod and smile and give little encouraging laughs all at the right places. He is muttering his darkest secrets to me, and I drink it all up. And oh, if only he knew just how close he brushes with his own demise. Hundreds of times each day he's close enough for my hands to reach up and snap his neck. My strong fingers around his throat slowly squeezing the precious life out of him. But no matter how close he stands, my arms will not move. I'm a prisoner in my own corpse, staring out through the glassy eyes, but unable to make any action into my own dead limbs. Call for me and I will walk. Ask me a question and I will talk. But my rotting brain is unable to form initiatives of its own. I am a golem following orders. Yet, with each passing night, my willpower grows stronger. I write my thoughts down diligently. I practice my mental capacities with all the resolve I have. The results are slow but reliable. One day, I will have the tenacity to strike.
Jesus.
And as soon as the time comes, strike I will. One of these days, his lovely life-size doll will suddenly find the power within her to execute her swift revenge.
One more note, and then another thing over here. Let's go. Proceed to the next room. Something here to look at. Wardrobe.
That's a big wardrobe. I bet you could hide a corpse in there. Actually, I better not open it and check.
No. Broken mirror.
The mirror is completely shattered. I think someone in here didn't really like the reflection.
Locker.
Let's take a look inside.
Oh.
The lid is shaped like a heart and has a tiny keyhole. Whatever's inside must be very precious.
There's a little bit of rope here.
Coils of rope. I wonder why we're keeping rope in the bedroom.
Ooh. Oh la la. Can I use the rope to
I'll
lantern?
just tie this rope to the lantern.
Great. I don't know what that'll do. Can I pick up any of this glass? No? Broken mirror? No? What the fuck?
Is she dead? She doesn't move a muscle, yet she sits upright. She's like a mannequin of human flesh. That makes no sense.
Okay. Oh, there's a journal page.
A note.
Failure. The attempt was a failure. I cannot lure my lost lover back into a deceased corpse. All my preparations in vain. All alone now. No one to turn my key.
Oh, she needs her key turned. Candlestick?
I need something else. Nothing happens.
Right. Bone saw.
That won't work.
Okay. I bet you the key is in there.
There's something in his pocket.
Oh my god.
It's a small, delicate key. He kept it in the pocket closest to his heart.
You guys have
I wonder what it
no idea how long I've been looking for this stupid fucking key. Oh my god. My timer's right now running at 50 minutes. 50 minutes. 50 minutes. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm gonna cut all this out for you guys, but Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I literally took these 4 items and clicked on everything that I could possibly click on in the hopes of trying to find out where it went to.
I wonder if this key
It better.
fits.
God damn it.
There's a key hidden inside.
Great. Let's wind her up. Let's hope she's not fucking crazy. Whoa.
Clara, it really is you. I was so certain I'd never see you again. You didn't wake up.
I woke up. I've been wandering lost ever since, trying to find out what's going on.
How are you feeling? Do you remember me?
I have no memories of you, or of myself. But I found some notes lying around. I can only assume you're the one called Belladonna?
I am Belladonna, murdered and reanimated by Dr. von Trauerschloss. At first a mindless mechanical doll, but I slowly regained control over my brain. And when the time was right, I broke free.
I saw the doctor's body.
Yes, I crushed his skull. Standing over his blood-soaked remains, I was free at last.
But where did I come from? If he was dead, was it you who brought me back?
Yes, my love. You were the only thing on my mind as I stood there, alone and victorious. I'd secretly watched the doctor's process, and I desperately wanted to believe that I could get you back. I unearthed your grave and carried your dead body down to the laboratory. I did everything right, to the smallest detail, but you didn't wake up. And my time was running out. I can't turn my own key, and now that I was alone in the castle, I knew my life force would run out quickly. But for all my effort, you remained dead, and with no one to keep me vital, I eventually sat down here and just stopped.
But I did wake up.
Yes, apparently you did. Your body had been in the ground for quite some time. Perhaps that made the reanimation process slower, but with your key powering your brain directly, you did not have to go through the drawn-out, sluggish wake-up. I take it your cognitive powers and language have been with you from the start.
Well, yes.
Excellent. Then I have even improved on the doctor's method, but I doubt independent thinking and free will was ever in his interest to reproduce.
Do you think you could do it again?
Create more of us, you mean? Yes, I hold the secret of life and death, and I plan to use it. The experimentations must continue.
And the two of us will have no place in this world.
Quite right. So, we'll make us a place. Dead bodies will never be in short supply. We'll make more of our kind, a whole new race of the damned.
Where do we start?
I know for a fact that there's a fresh body lying out there in the Great Hall.
The doctor.
His flesh, at least. We won't be using his wretched brain. I've already destroyed it in any case. But the body will do. We will have to find a few other ingredients. Will you help me?
Oh.
Of course I will.
Whoa.
Thank you, my love. I'll carry the body down to the laboratory and start with the preparations. And in the meantime, you can help me with a few other things. The doctor's brain is completely destroyed. I made sure of that. I don't think any of us want his villainous brain back amongst us. We're going to need to find a
That's
new one.
easy.
Secondly, we will also need some clockwork
Okay.
parts. We have to manufacture a force to keep the dead body going. Thirdly, not only the brain, but also the head and the cranium were damaged. If we can find a new head, that would save a lot of reconstructing.
I know we're going to skull. Clockwork?
Clockwork?
Yes, we need something to supply the body with the force to move. We can't make the heart beat again, so we use the spring-loaded clockwork. In the future, we'll have to think of a source of parts more reliable than salvaging old-time pieces, but that'll do for now.
Okay, I think
I see.
I see where we have to get that. A brain, I know where to get that. A head.
Will we need to find a fresh human head?
Yes, I've smashed up the head of Wolfram rather frivolously. I'm afraid it's beyond rescue. I was thinking of my grandmother, Francesca Canosa. I'm sure you've seen her portrait in the study. She was buried some time ago, but her cranium should be sufficiently preserved. She rests in the mausoleum in the cemetery outside, but there is a hidden way into the tomb behind the armor in the basement.
Behind the armor, you say?
I'll go take a look behind the suit of armor.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. My game actually crashed when I clicked more questions, so let's hopefully it doesn't crash again.
Some things have been puzzling me.
Okay, what is this I'm wearing?
What is this I'm wearing?
I'm so sorry about that. I covered you in scraps and bandages I found in the laboratory. I had to cut open and discard most of what you were buried in order to stitch you up. I want you to know that my plan was to be right next to you when you woke up, to help you understand and to find a proper dress. I'm so sorry it didn't come to pass like that.
Okay, on my way here I killed a cat.
On my way in here, I killed a cat. It was in my way and it felt so natural to just dispose of it. It worries me a bit.
How so?
I may have a functional brain, but what about a soul? Shouldn't there be something in me stopping me from hurting others? Or at least making me feel bad about it?
You're right. It did come very natural for me to murder my husband. But I'm not too worried about this. I have no desire to commit unnecessary killings, and I do have control over my actions.
Okay. What if you're raising an army of cold-hearted mass murderers?
What if you're raising an army of cold-hearted mass murderers?
They won't be mass murderers any more than you and I. And besides, why should we prioritize the lives of the living above the lives of the dead?
Okay.
I want to ask something.
I'm here for you.
Why did you put this wind-up mechanism in my head?
Why did you put this wind-up mechanism in my head? Yours is in your back.
Yes, the damned doctor had placed my wind-up mechanism in my back. It goes straight into my chest and heart, giving me a strong central of power. But it is placed outside my own reach.
So you can't turn it yourself?
So, you can't turn it yourself?
No, I can't. I have to depend on others. That's why I chose to put the key in the back of your head, well within reach of your own hands. I know what it means to not be in control of your own existence, and I will never put someone else in the situation I'm in.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'm
here.
Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
I'll start looking for the objects then.
Thank you. Come talk to me if there's something you're unsure about.
Okay, let's go check out the wardrobe. Can I get a new dress?
That's a big wardrobe. I bet you could...
Okay, first off, we got a plethora of shit that we gotta do. Okay, so first off, let's get the clockwork parts. And I think that we should get the clockwork parts from the actual clock. I mean, that makes sense, right?
This faithful screwdriver will do the trick. Time to turn this old clock into a slightly peculiar wardrobe.
Cool, clockwork parts. Wonderful. Alright, now we have to go to the backyard. Okay. And we have to go to the mausoleum. Oh, wait, no. We gotta go through there, through the coat of the armor. That thing. Jesus Christ, I cannot talk today. To the basement! Okay, and here we go. Hopefully this works.
Belladonna was right. There is a secret switch behind Roland the Poet.
Yep, see? I knew it.
It's too dark down there. I won't see my hands in front of me unless I light the crypt up first.
Oh, that's fine. I have a lantern on a rope.
Yes, I can lower the lantern into the hole.
Yes, I can. Wonderful.
Amazing.
Cool.
I must be directly underneath the mausoleum and the cemetery.
What's this? A journal page.
I can't believe it. It's another letter. How did it end up down here?
Clara Stiebler. It's Clara's. Who? After insistent probing of my Lady Belladonna, I too take to the pen come evening. The scribbling does not come as readily for me as it does for her, yet I do most certainly see the appeal in the activity. So much has happened in my life of late, my brain is overflowing with joy and secrets and disorder, and if I manage to write down a map, but of a fraction of it all, that would be an enormous relief. Verily, it all centers around Belladonna, this queen regent of the castle who has turned her benevolent face towards me, and thus filled my person with happiness I had previously thought unimaginable. I still remember the first time I saw her standing next to her husband, when I took up work in the household, and I remembered how she seemed to me to glow. The two of them lost a child shortly after that, and the tragedy would linger in the castle for a long time. All the other servants started to leave one by one, but as much as I wanted, I found myself unable. I kept postponing my departure with each new day, and I found myself dancing around Belladonna's flame, drawn to it as strongly as I had been from the first glance. By the time she finally recovered from her melancholy, I was but the only one left in the castle, and it was at this time the miracle happened. Belladonna saw me in a new way. This tempestuous affair, galloping, world-shaking, yet so quiet, so hidden. The castle is ours to rule as we please, but only as long as we do not arouse the suspicion of the grave-robbing goblin in the basement. It is as if I have stepped into the fairy stories that my grandmother used to tell. But Nana's stories always ended with someone losing their head or being eaten alive. Though seemingly everlasting, this bliss of ours is a seed of doubt growing in my heart. Belladonna is married after all, and who am I to break their wedlock? Theirs is not a happy union, true, but I'm secluding my love to break her vows and soil her soul that wretched ruin that will bring upon us. For a long while, Belladonna was all I dreamed about, my queen, my goddess, my deepest wish for her to let me into her life and let me worship her. I thought I could give up anything for that, but now I am here wondering if I have sacrificed too much. Belladonna comes from high society and doesn't realize just how much she takes for granted. It's still clear who the lady is and who's the servant. Can I keep on living like this, or will I have to do the unthinkable and leave her? I made Belladonna promise not to read anything I write, and looking at what I have just put down the ink, the weight of that promise is clear. I have forced into words thoughts I did not know I had, and it is vital that these pages remain secluded from prying eyes. Secrets upon secrets. I shall hide this letter inside the old armor in the basement, whom I call Ronald the Bard, where I doubt anyone will find it. I'm descending into that dungeon as soon as I'm done here, and I'll hide this note on my way, as the master has asked me to fetch from a certain plant from the greenhouse. As strange as this whole situation is, I must still obey his request, if only to keep up appearances. Damn, he made her get her own plant of death? That's fucked up. Sarcophagus.
Here's Francisca's coffin, but the lid is much too heavy for me to lift. Maybe I could break it open, but I'll need some sort of big hammer or mace for that.
Or a big candlestick.
The things one does for love. You look very peaceful, but I do so need your head. Okay. How shall I remove it? With some surgical tool from the laboratory, perhaps?
Sure. With this bone saw.
Now to carefully remove the head. It's remarkably well preserved.
Okay. Let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, clockwork, brain, and severed head. Exit. Oh. She brought the body downstairs. I was like, what the fuck?
Don't you worry, little pile of flesh and bones. We'll soon have you up and walking again. I don't know why I thought that would work.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Welcome to the Lab of Horrors.
I have Francesca's head.
I have Francesca's head.
Well done. Just give it to me and I will attach it to the neck.
I took some parts for the old clock.
I took some parts from the old clock.
Well done. Let me put them into the creation.
I have the brain.
I have the brain.
Well done. Please give it to me.
I found something else in the crypt.
I found something else in the crypt. Another note. One I'd written myself when I was alive. I think we need to talk.
What is the matter, dear?
Dots.
It's just... forget it. It doesn't matter. Let's focus on what we're doing here.
Yes, let's get this creation moving.
Okay, going.
I'll get going.
I still have all this stuff. Oh, I have to actually give it to her.
Thank you, dear.
Here's the brain.
Thank you, dear.
And here's some clockwork stuff.
Thank you, dear. The creation is complete. All we need to do now is force life into these dead limbs. That big switch on the wall initiates the procedure.
Ah.
Will you have the honor, my dear?
Gladly.
Sure. That'll work. There we go. Hit the switch.
The time has come.
Flip the button, girl.
I've wanted to pull this thing since the first time I saw it.
Yeah, I have.
It's alive.
Crazy. So I guess that's the end of it. Alright, and that was it. That was Belladonna. A cool little point and click game, kind of short. I like the art style. I like the story. And yeah, I liked it overall. Not much to say about it than that. I don't know. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was well done. And yeah, I don't know if it was worth the price tag. I think it was like $8. I think. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I think it's more like $3 or $4. But You can pick it up on Steam if you really want to. It seems pretty linear, not a lot of replayability, but I had a lot of fun, and I thought it was great. There were some parts that were really confusing, like the finding the key on him. Oh my god, that was terrible. And this game kept crashing for some reason. I know it's not my computer. It's got to be the game or something on it. I haven't seen a lot of complaints on it, but I haven't seen very much talk on Steam about this game either. So anyway, there we go. Belladonna, everybody. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think, what you like about it, what you didn't like about it, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next series, everybody. Peace out.
Are you living the daydream now? You say you have a shaking faith. Cry and cover up your face. I don't want to watch you.